Hi, what's going on, people? Moin moin, welcome back to the Nerd.crate. Just a little stream for today. I hope you enjoy my little scenery. Welcome to my old children's room. I just took some photos I had on my PC and I just did a little background. So you're actually looking at a little bit of my old children's room. And a TV I just found. I had a rather similar one. So I just thought that that would be something and that would be quite interesting. So I hope everybody's good. Everybody's doing well. Already people in the chat here. Prime X7, what's going on? Laurie, what's going on, Big Papa? So pretty cool you guys are here. I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, I just want to give you my thoughts on the TFCon third-party panel that was this weekend. We had the TFCon 2020 online, and they did a fair share of things. They did a few Q&As. They did a little bit of a homage with a little reference, 2018, 2019 cosplay, and very cool, albeit a little disappointing to me personally, third-party panel. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm not going to do, I don't know, a lot of rambling ahead of things. I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks. How about you? You had your MRI already? Let me hear you. So yeah, let's just start. Of course, I have to go over to screen share to the actual site to give you a run through, but I will be looking at the live chat. So first thing, of course, is the opening. 2020 has been a total mess. Let's try and have some fun and look at robots together. That's always a good shout out. And the first one was Market Toys. And if you're wondering, Jason Lowry in the chat, that's one of the hosts of The Nerds Have Spoken. So I was there on Sunday too, and we were wondering because they were flying through Market Toys. That was pretty weird. That was pretty weird, and especially was that weird because they kind of flew through this little presentation of Market Toys. They're doing the remaster series, meaning their G1 stuff in a exclusive version, enhanced from original releases, improved color scheme, remolded parts and accessories exclusive to the X series, and they're going to do Asset Storm. People were a little weirded out by that it doesn't have a camouflage kind of painting to it, but I think this works. It's not for me, as I don't need all the Seekers, but I will be getting the Starscream soon. Not that one, the original one. Happy with that. And the original Asset Storm didn't have a camo feature. Only the MP had kind of this, I don't know, kind of digitized camo feature. So I think I'm good with that. Usual quality. I believe we will have the wing fillers. We will see about that. And it's coming with blast effects. And that's also what's true and important to Meteor, the Starscream. A little different on the paint. A little bit more, as we see it here, a little bit more gray on the face. So distinguishable from the black of the head, because the original was a little too dark for some people's taste. And multitude of different faces, which I think is very cool. Otherwise, I think not much was wrong with that Starscream. I think this is superior to the MP52. And I heard a lot of people actually sharing that sentiment. So I think that's smart. They're putting this out ahead of things. And the cone heads are coming too. That's pretty important for people. People were also going in on the Studio Ox style from Toy World. But with this now, they have the actual opportunity to finalize their cone heads within the Market Toy style, which is cool. Which is nice, and especially which is important, since people really thought Market Toys was kind of, I don't know, done. They announced the Downbeat as a re-release with deluxe painting and deluxe sticker sheet to make him like really the Martini Porsche, So I think this is important. Also coming is the Cross Dimension number 06, Shockwave, a retool of their Rioter Dispotron, which was a heavily stylized Megatron that was transforming into a gun. And we see there's a lot of cool line work, very stylized, not fitting with anything else. Like we see he's the Cyclops, but he has kind of bat wings going on. and a lot of line details on the legs, on the feet, on the arms. A little bit like the cables from his arm are actually a whip, which is nice. It's looking good. It's not for me. If I want something, I would like an IDW shockwave. I would go with the Planet X. That's what we're looking at shortly. The Planet X Keys, it's what it's called, and it's looking for usually for the War for Cybertron, but it's cool for the actual IDW. To me, at least, it is. You can take off the gun. We'll look at that. But yeah, that whip feature is interesting. Seems to be maybe not flexible, but actually jointed, which would be cool. And double gun feature, so it seems. And it's kind of a little bit, I don't know, sunglasses thing going on over the Cyclops eye. But I think the styling is great. I like that, but it has no place in my collection, you know, and it's hard to get a grip of those guys, to me, or to us in Germany, at least. It's another topic. Hashtag Storm Collectibles. Anyway, back looks relatively clean with a folded up gun. I mean, with something that transforms into a gun, there's, you know, it's the usual. There's got to be killable involved. What more can you say, you know? So I think there's nice stuff going around with this guy. This is interesting. On the inside of the arms there, looks like there's some translucent stuff, so maybe light up feature would be cool. Here the whip, and we also see the more stuff here. I wanted to go ahead with the alternate mode. We're not gonna do it too long today. You know, I just want to go through it, give you my thoughts, and here you see the actual whip as kind of the piping, you know, the hosing, energon hose from the main body to the actual stock. So that's cool. It's looking nice. Actually, you know, grippable. You can hold that. I don't know how much pew pew you can do with that, but I think it looks pretty cool. You don't see a lot of robot going in there. You see the feet down here on the lower left. But otherwise, and the other one on the upper right. So a little bit, he's doing the splits, and maybe a little bit of the chest or the hip area in the center, pretty much. But otherwise, not much of a butt, man. I think it looks good. Let me check the live chat real quick. Yeah, see, Jace, that's what I mean. Market toys over the MP52. Same with me. Sounds good, though. So it's good. Let's talk later. I will hit you up once this is done. So that sounds good. And yeah, man, it's cool to have you guys in here. So yeah, Planet X next. We have the Helios. That is, I believe, it is a homage to the Powered Commander, the ever first TFCon exclusive, coming of course from their Optimus Prime, from the Apollo, with an add-on that actually makes him this kind of, you know, a little bit Cybertronian Mjolnir wielding brute. Painting looks cool. A lot of metallics going on. Red, yellow, metallic blue, metallic red, gunmetal on the hands, and you know, it's everywhere. It's looking beautiful. It's not for my taste, but for people with a pretty big Planet X collection, I would say that's nice. I like what they did with the alternate mode. You know, it's like a big, I don't know, armor plating. The front reminds me a little bit of a DeLorean. Anybody else get those feels? Like I feel that, you know, with the front grille, it's a little rough, but those dual headlights reminds me a little bit of a DeLorean. Like I don't know about you guys, but I think it's looking pretty good. Hey, what's up, Chris, man? How you doing today? Good to see you here. So yeah, I think the photographs really show the nice sides of this. You know, it looks like translucent yellow bits inside those rims with gunmetal on there. All the color from the butt most shines through nicely. A little weird with the back that there's another front grille from a truck, essentially. But I mean, compromises, you know, you got to do them. And here we see the repainted Apollo. New face sculpt. Reminds me a lot of the original G1 toy, you know, with the yellow eyes. Maybe they would do that. I think that would look cool. I like the sculpt of that, but I never needed too much of a War for Cybertron collection. But I think for this, it's cool. And here we got the keys that I said: War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, Shockwave, the aligned continuity, but not Prime, ahead of things. Beautiful. I think it looks really cool. What we see here already is metallic purple on the whole body with some lighter shading down on the shins. That looks cool. One blast effect already on this gun, translucent piping or hosing on the actual gun arm. Translucent purple also on the chest. So I think this looks absolutely killer. Some people sounded off that the alternate mode looks weird, but that's what he looked like, you know, Cybertronian gun / gunship / gun. I think that's okay. I like the turbine on the back, and that the actual blast effect from the first picture packs in like turned around 180 kind of in there. I think that's cool. All the paint comes through nicely. Silver down below, you know, a little bit silver-ish purple down at the turbine. Actually able to blast off a little bit like a space shuttle. I think that's cool. I might actually get him and put him to my IDW collection. I think he will look great as a Dark Cybertron IDW Shockwave, and then together with the Stealth Bomber Megatron from Generation Toy. I know they're a little bit bigger than Planet X, but I think this could actually work. And here we see you can actually unplug the gun from the arm. That's cool. Back looks super clean. I like the fins. So here you got it with a G2 Grimlock. Vulcan looks good. I think Grimlock would have been bigger. And Planet X shown before that they are able to do bigger bots with the Genesis, with the Triptychon. What is it called? Armageddon? Apocalypse, right? Apocalypse, I believe. So I think that's a little bit of a ball drop, but they showed bigger bots too, you know. So I think that's great. You can even split the blast effect, as we see here. One on the one side, like the blast is just exiting the gun, and the other one has already the actual shot. You know, I think this is cool, and I think this will be my first Planet X release. I thought that was with Catmos, but you know, Cross-Eyed Star Saber is not from my collection. And then we had this was cool to me. You know, I love the Grimlock sculpt from the Scavenger storyline of IDW, you know, and here we have the CO4 Cactus, weird name. I gotta look up what that means. I always love when third-party companies always put some effort into their naming, you know, like with the New Age Toys Hinkle, the G1 Toy Megatron. Little story bit about that. Hinkle is the name of the dictator played by Charlie Chaplin back in the, what is it, 30s, 40s, in the movie The Dictator, you know, where he did this persiflage of Adolf Hitler. So was a tyrant, you know, Hinkle, and they put that on Megatron. I think that's super cool. Also, the IDW Decepticon Justice Division name of the Iron Factory figures. It's all names of star system of little stars in space, like the Voss and Kaon, Factor, and Mizar. Look that up on Wikipedia. I think that effort is, I appreciate that. So, and I believe Planet X continues with that. So here we got Grimlock, and he looks beautiful. Back is, of course, Grimlock with the overhanging head, but I think the line details are insanely cool. The head looks great. Chest is right out of the comic, as is the whole guy with the gun. Of course, these are all renders, but I think the tolerances need to be there already so it actually works. So I don't know. Maybe we see an animated, like actually rendered movie from outside the program for this to see if he transforms and everything. But rendering wise, he looks very final. The Tyrannosaurus looks super cool. We see that the arms become the legs. Seems to be marginally free. You know, you can do stuff with that. Claws at the ground and the stuff coming from the back of the arms you see here. I think that's cool. I think this is a great guy. We also see a very jointed tail, so you can do stuff with that. That sounds weird. You can do a lot with the tail. We had this as a joke yesterday with Voice of Kaon. Collectors Bay represent. Check out down below. So all the vans, man, all the styling. I think the neck looks cool. A little bit of the samurai stuff going on there. I think this guy looks tremendous, and I hope this guy is coming soon. Let's check the chat real quick here. We had Jason Lowry says looks decent, looks nice from Christopher Johnson. Yeah, right. Not my taste, but it looks cool. I believe that's for the Shockwave, right? Yeah. Mark Steiger, what's going on, dude? So Bumblebee 1 is here, Christopher Johnson is here. Yeah, the effect looks killer. Like Grimlock 2. I broke empty cactus. I broke my cactus. Ultra Magnus? What do you mean with Ultra Magnus, Chris? I will check that out a little bit, but yeah. Let's continue with Zeta. That was weird. We have that CICG 2020, I believe it was. Weird name, and they showed this one in legend scale already, the Superitron. I don't know what to think of that. They are going to legend scale now. I mean, if you want to have combiners, Magic Square and UH Toys are doing that already, so we'll see how combinable that is, actually how this is faring up with their scale. See some facts too. ZC Superitron Mini, single body height 10 to 12 centimeters, so around that height in inches, I believe, kind of 5 to 6 inches, and the combiner height is 23 centimeters, so a good 10 inches, like MP Optimus Prime, a little bit higher. So I think that's interesting. Renders for bots and Jet look pretty final. But like I said, I said that yesterday. I said that yesterday on Voice of Kaon, you know? When I think, personally, let's say Zeta says, okay, we have problems with tolerances. Let's make the tolerances tighter for this guy. And they're going the Iron Factory tolerance way. With the quality of plastics these guys got, you know, I had multiple breakage on my Superitron. I see problems with tighter tolerances with this plastic quality. That's only my 2 cents. Let's see how they go. But otherwise, this looks good. I think what's weird is these are the supposedly legend renders, but it's still got the weird face for this guy, you know? I don't know. Proportions on this guy look weird. Way too long body, way too small head, or vice versa. Whatever the case, I think it looks weird. I don't know. Movie fan, Nicole Kidman, or wrestling fan, Billy Kidman? Anyway, there's a new company, Kidman. My buddy Andy said supposedly they're non-transformable. Little bit of Flame Toys way. We have the Grimrock, 24.5 centimeters, so a good 11 inches. Big boy. Super alloy frame. Let's see how posable they are. But to me, like what I said yesterday also, I think this looks like a generic bot, you know? Like only marginally identifiable as Grimlock. I don't know. This guy too, the Emperor, of course, Galvatron. We have the crown head that looks good. The boots remind me a little bit of the Doomslayer. Still do, like really rough, big. Would be cool if there are multiple joints, like from the first layer, second layer, third, and fourth. But I don't know. Except for the feet and for the little hose part and the 4-pack, of course, in the abdomen and the head. I don't know. It looks like marginally to me like Galvatron. The weapon looks weird. Like, you know, kind of the holes you do for a cake, for all the, you know, for the icing and everything. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me, but we'll see how this guy actually fares up. Let me just sit differently. It's been a while here already. So how do I look on the stream? Looks good. Sam, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Good to see you here. Mini Fans Toys. Yeah, it's coming, man. Cross dimension, yeah, a little bit. But if they do like really put diecast in there, you know, diecast alloy frame, that could be interesting. But I don't know. But you see what we got on the screen already. When I talk to you guys over here, I always have to exit TFW. So Mega Tank is next. We don't know what's that. If that's a company or if that's only the name of the figure. But they're doing a Bumblebee movie Megatron, and we've seen renders of this, and here we see the finalized piece. I mean, this is only a 3D printing prototype, color painted, of course, but if they are able to really make this guy look the way it looks here, wee, that is a sexy paint job, you know? I mean, what we see already, base black or dark gray, overshadowed with silver dry brushing, metallic red on the inside of the fusion cannon. We got copper on that smaller stock. We got copper on the top, copper or bronze, whatever, on the inside of the treads. This is painted head to fucking toe. It looks insane. Also, the bot mode. All those paint details come through immensely cool with the stock on the shoulder and the gun on the arm. What's weird to me is with the face. I don't know why they didn't show the face. Maybe it's just a plain, I don't know, plain surface right now. I don't know what they're thinking. Are we doing the Megatron as Brad Pitt, or are we going a little bit of a mustached man-at-arms? Or Arnold? I don't know what's the pixel about that. Is there a likeness? I don't think so. But more red on the arms looks good. More of the bronze or copper, the red abdomen. If this guy is released like this, like it's really comparable in paint job to the Toy World Prime, nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, Jace, that's supposed to be it, you know. I mean, we saw comparison pictures with the Optimus Prime, with the Bumblebee Optimus Prime, where we don't know what that was. Maybe it was a 3A, maybe it was a Toy World, or maybe it was a Lemon Tree, which would be Chuck. But I don't see this being Chuck, you know. I don't see that. Sam, you see me buying Prada. Did you see my card? Like, do you got a secondary, more viral profession I don't know of? Anyway, Fans Hobbies next. This was a weird presentation for me. We got the TFCon exclusive, the wheel blade, wind blade, of course, from their Athena mold. We all know that. It looks good. It's pretty smart, looking good with the red. I'm just flying through this because it was known ahead of things, but I think the head looks good. Then we got new, seemingly finalized pictures for the Double Evil IDW G1 upgrade kit with new chest pieces, rifles for the blaster. Blaster is supposedly spring-loaded, so you can go collecting those bullets all day long. You know, I don't know how feasible, realistic that play feature is. And 2 faceplates and optional eyes, which is cool because you can then also do these 4 faces with one actually having the poked out eye from Last Night of the Wreckers, which is cool. I think this is also a little bit of practice for Fans Hobby to really like hone a little bit of their skills for sculpting, because I think sculpting wise, I think in the face sculpt area they were lacking a little bit. It's not super bad, you know, but I think quality wise, with the communication, what I'm always saying, and also with the products, with a great plastic quality and a great paint job, I think the face sculpts were always the worst. But it's still good, you know, but it's the one most lacking to me personally. We also see it's all fitting inside the tank mode, and if you want to have your Double Evil looking more IDW, you can have that now, which is cool. We then have the color test shot for Naval Commander. Of course, they are Armada Prime with the trailer, and it's not for me personally. I marginally enjoyed the whole Cybertron trilogy, but I think the whole piece looking okay. I think if you want to have this full on with all the parts in the back of the legs, it's a little bit much. I don't know. Like, movement could be hard. Also will be provided with additional ears, or let's call them antennae. I think I like the ones on the left better. And you can take off all these parts and have him move way better. So I think that's good. Also seemingly a new or an app crunch to this guy, which is also nice. I just found that out on Powerbaser. And play feature. I think it's cool that you got this big play feature. They're really trying to blend the lines between we having a masterpiece approach in the collector market, for Armada or the whole Cybertron trilogy. We're getting to that. And also the Super God Master Force Victory line, But if you got kids and you want to have these guys looking good, but also having a play feature, we got you covered. And that is cool from Fans Hobby. Those are the first that are doing that, actually. With, you saw this little bot. We're going to get to that. I just want to combine it. You see this big play feature here, like an actual base with all the mini cons and micro masters you might have in your collection. And there's a lot of play feature in this with jointed rocket launchers on the back of this guy. You can pack in the blaster. I think this is a very smart approach. Masterpiece quality toys that can pack a punch if you play with your kids, because let's face it, a lot of collectors have families. So of course you can then have the single prime. We have a color test shot here, a little plain. Proportions look good. Of course, he has a matrix in the chest, and articulation looks fine too. Pretty nice balancing here. We see the foot is actually pivoted to both sides, so both directional rocker, which is super important for a good running pose. So that's money already. And I don't like the truck mode. I think it's too elongated, but it looked like that. That's true. I think the optional smokestack location on the side is better, but I think it should be a little bit more compressed. But that's only my 2 cents. And there's even the mini robot in here with crazy articulation. Single jointed knees only, single jointed elbows. But I think they are also, pressing that threshold of what is really possible with small bots. And I think this is extremely cool. Yeah, it's a good piece. I just have to look here. Okay, Chris is in on the Headmasters. That's nice. Yeah, full armored version with the battle mode looks good. So if you're in on Cybertron Trilogy, then this is for you. Little comparison with the Powerbaser, so that would be a cool display, I believe. And then we have this guy. I believe he's called Hosehead. I believe it's also a junior headmaster. This is a development and currently a study for proportion and transformation. Will be refined, but we see the front loader mini headmaster kind of guard bomber feature, So I think this looks cool. Also with the ladder and everything extendable. It's a fun bot. It looks like a really fun bot. Also straightforward with the transformation. You unfold this and then you get the legs, the feet's coming out, and you're almost there already. Should be very basic transformation. And looks good together with Hitter and Athena. So if you want to have your junior headmasters full, keep your eyes peeled. Together, great look. I told this pretty big already yesterday. I think the squad together looks fine. We have the mini one with a little, fire truck besides guard bomber. Guard bomber is a huge guy. I got this here. It's cool, great quality. So if you want to have an alternate mode kind of presentation, there you go. I think that's cool. And in development is also the Energon Prime. So they're stepping forward from the Armada, Optimus Prime and Megatron. Nothing on the Megatron, sadly, but they're moving ahead with the Energon Prime. Proportions are as horrible as usual. This is super, we take a block as the upper body. I think the original design is bad, and since they are really faithful to those designs, I think this guy will look this way. So it's not for me, but if you want that collection, again, keep your eyes peeled. The plastic on the prototypes, and that was a joke that wasn't really quite going anywhere yesterday, but I think this plastic looks like those old glow-in-the-dark toys, So I don't know if this is cheaper or if this guy actually glows in the dark currently in prototype stage, but what I think what's super important from this image is that we clearly see that Fans Hobby is going into the combiner game, the actual combiner game, one way, shape, or form. I believe so. I mean, this Energon Prime was a combiner in itself. those were not drones, those were actual Autobots. And I think if this is becoming this huge and actually going to be a combiner, what will we see? I mean, they're already in Super God, Master Force, and Victory. And Zeta Toys is doing the Moon Studios Radiatron. Do they go maybe in that vicinity? Is a train combiner possible from Fans Hobby? We'll see. So study prototype 2, what's going on. So this guy is going to be huge. And since we're talking about that, here we got the next from Super God Master Force. Here we got the Radiatron. And it looking amazing. I think that's cool. And we see the full combined mode of all the guys. We have Shuki, Gesui, Yukikaze, Sukin, Seizen, and Kane. I don't know how all those trains actually sound, but this is what works pretty well. Those feet look better than MP Bumblebee 2.0. Do you mean on the small bot for the Armada Prime, or which one do you mean? Do you mean for the for this guy here, or what? I gotta pedal back what you mean, dude. But I'm gonna move forward here. So the render for this Radiatron looks sick, great proportions, and absolutely 100% faithful to the original. I looked that up. Even the guns on the side of the feet, all the details, just the wheel welds, the vents, all the train details looks crazy good. It's not for my taste, but I could see me being like, why it's not my taste? Like, why? It's looking so good. But a combiner is $600 easy. And for something that's just not your taste, it would be rough, Radiatron. Okay, that you mean. Yeah, the feet look great, man. I mean, I quite honestly, dude, it's not rocket science to make better feet than Bumblebee 2.0. Huh? So yeah, all the single bots are pretty done. From this guy, I get a pretty crass hot rod vibe in the head sculpt, but they look this way. I looked it up, like, of course, stylized a little bit, because those old drawings are not really, I don't know, realistic, not up to snuff for today's day and age with the design and everything, but the trains look great. I think it's great. They seemingly come with rails. Maybe they even put that, let me check that real quick. I could even see the rails being part of the backpack some way, shape, or form, maybe. We'll look at that. But yeah, the bots look fine. Great line details, rockers and everything. But I see this actually being more of, we are doing this combiner. And everything that's coming afterwards and works, works. Then we're happy. And I think this will also what will be with these guys. We see like movable flaps on the shoulders, so the arms come out nicely. Maybe they spice it up a little bit, but the bots so far and the single trains look really good, really good. And I'm looking forward to what this actually looks like. The actual bots, actual prototypes, maybe 3D printed, painted up. This old diesel lock looks super cool. Of course, we see the front of the bot here. We see that he's essentially doing the splits, but it works very well. And what I think is interesting, I don't think this will have a parts forming piece. I think this could actually be working with only these bots. But Brian Brink, what's up, dude? Said it best. It's 6 bots, so they may not need a parts forming piece. Would be cool. But I'm digging the train modes. I think all in all, this look here looks intensely cool. The feet work well with this little front flap in front of the shins to hide a little bit of stuff, to still have it, look good. I think this is a great piece, and I think it's very smart what Zeta Toys is actually doing. That they say, okay, we got our asses kicked to the curb with Unicron. We got to do something else. So either if they're paying those projects, selling those projects and getting something for it, or if they say, you take this and go over there. It reminds me a little bit of, of Blood In, Blood Out. La Onda, Maybe you remember that. You going to Santa Monica, you going there, you going here. We're going to split that shit. I think this is smart what Zeta Toys is doing. Kang Toys was super disappointing to me. I would have really thought they show Razor Claw, or at least take the silhouette of Predator King and, light it up a little bit, show a bit more detail, just a bit more detail, a little bit, something. But all we got was 3-month-old pictures of Firmament. That looking good. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to this guy, especially after I had big fun with Landbull. That guy was cool. And the wingspan of Dive Bomb Firmament looks very, very cool. I get a very stark Zone of the Enders, Anubis kind of vibe from this guy. But only these old pictures and nothing new. That's just bad, man. That was disappointing to me. That and X-Transbots, but we'll get into that. No hate, you guys find everything you want out of this third-party company. You're happy. That's all that matters. Let's check the live chat real quick. Chris said he's not into trains. Yeah, it weren't my most popular toys back in the day either. Dude, Blood and Blood Out was one of my favorites. Kang was hardcore disappointing, so I hope they're moving forward. I mean, that's also what my buddy Dan said yesterday. These are toys or figures that are coming down for, I don't know, for Germany over 100 a pop, and we still don't know what Razor Claw looks like. We still don't know what Predator King looks like. They need to step up hard, man. Yeah, Chris, super missed opportunity. Super missed opportunity. But anyway, Lemon Tree continues with their stuff. We're going to see this masterpiece Shockwave that is transforming into the Revenge. Dan, thanks very much. That was what I needed. I was able to remember the name. And I think if you want a Transformers, the movie display with Unicron and maybe with the Studio Series 86 bots, and then also, some ships. You can have Dr. Egg with the remote looking like the Quintesson ship, and you can have this guy with another ship. There's an actual possibility for a pretty coherent Transformers the Movie 1986 collection shelf, which is amazing. So I might go down this route, and I don't care for the Shockwave, but the ship is cool. I don't think the Shockwave, the Soundwave is cool. The proportions are, faithful to Bumblebee, but it just looks bad. I think he's just, squished. And the blue is weird. I mean, he's got a boombox mode, and Ravage fits into the chest, as you see, but I don't know, man. Like, we bullshit yesterday, Also do the base, sell that single, maybe rotatable on the top, little light up feature. This is money for sure, but the butt, meh. That Shockwave from the Bumblebee intro looks good, except for the face. I know he looks like that, but I don't like the face. It's like me, but the prototype is good. Great line work. Nice gun mode. That looks good. Starscream, the actual Starscream, so the Seeker mode. Also nice. So this is not Blixwing. This is actually the Seeker mode that we are seeing in the intro. It's looking good. And Ironhide. I think Ironhide could even also pass a little bit for Brawn, but only a little bit. The head sculpt would have the need to be retooled, But overall, these prototypes look pretty final. They got pins in the feet and everything, and line detail looks good. I like that. It's chuggish, So if you want a Chug Bumblebee collection going with that Prime, they're alone with that. So that is smart by Lemon Tree Toys. That is very smart. So let's see what's coming out of that. Let's check the chat real quick. Blueberry looks tubby. Yeah, super tubby, man. I'm not getting any of those figures either, but I think it's smart what they're doing. I think it's smart because 3A is doing Bumblebee, Toy World is doing Masterpiece Bumblebee Transformable, and a lot of people have Chuck in their collection. It's just the way, MMC is a lot of Chuck. So if you can do it like this, and you have a setting alone, in the market, that's what you need nowadays, you know. So X-Transports was disappointing to me because I thought with the teasing that would maybe finally bring their Galvatron, because we have the cartoon Scourge, we have the cartoon Cyclonus coming, but nothing, you know, except for Spike. I don't care about that. It looks good, but it's still a render. And quite honestly, we had the early prototype at TFCon 2018 in Chicago, and still nothing from that guy. Blue Oyster put out theirs. That was super simple, almost no joints in there, but they brought it out. And this is still a render. Dude, you got to step up, man. Keith, I got a lot of love for you. You make great products. I love the stunt icons, but, you know, just, I don't know, maybe quit on that Spike and just go ahead with other stuff. There's a lot of stuff people want. Maybe like a G1 Thesaurus, as you see here. We got the one guy, we got the second guy, and we got the full reveal. It's same render quality as Spike, the Autobot X. So we don't know when this guy is coming, but it's looking good. Also with both chest, and we see a secondary face. Maybe even a die-cast sword, chrome, which would be cool. And I think they could pull it off. They have a lot of die-cast in there, just saying gravestone, you know. Heavy motherfucker. So chest shield like this looks cool with the angled golden pieces. Let's see where this goes. I'm not interested in Thesaurus whatsoever. I never had any connection with that aside a little bit from IDW, but even there it was like, okay, cool, we have Thesaurus in here. Otherwise, if you're happy and you like it, you win, you know. We're on that topic. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. This could be hard for Thesaurus. You know, Space Chicken. But what's important is also Omnibots are coming. And I believe this guy is actually Camshaft. I looked that up. And he looks good. And he looks good. It's not for me, but a lot of people were marking out hard. Hashtag Brinkalizer. So that's nice. Jason Lowry. Dude, you're doing multitasking, Facebook and YouTube? What the hell? I don't think I'm getting any Lemon Tree figures. Okay. But anyway, Camshaft's looking good. I get a very crass mask vibe from that guy. If X-Transports would have now said, oh yeah, we're doing third-party mask, and I'm not alone with that. Hashtag send them away reviews. But yeah, I think the bot mode looks cool. I think those tampos look great. This would work pretty well. Maybe I'll check them out on the channel. Like I said, I love the stunt icons, what Keith has been doing with those. So this is cool. And we got Overdrive. Beautiful alternate mode. Beautiful alternate mode. Like, you know, extreme Magnum PI vibe, you know. Could see this being a retool, like maybe from their Dead End. Looks great. I think this will be, again, LED powered. And you can open it up. You even have a seat in there. It looks like an actual seat. So maybe you can put some figures in there. Maybe even mask. Retool this as Thunderhawk, you know. I mean, the wings would be the doors, but still, it looks cool. Looks very, very cool. And the bot mode is great. And then was also big for a lot of guys, Streetwise. So Defensor is coming. At first, I thought it was a Camaro, but people put me up to snuff. This is actually an old Nissan 350. So, and I looked it up. It's a good sculpt. Looks a little bit stylized. That's why I got the big, you know, Camaro / Pontiac Trans Am vibe with the rims and everything. But it's a good render. And the alternate or the robot mode actually looks a little bit like maybe a flip up retool. The feet are pretty much straight up flip out, or they just take some forms of that, or the shapes. And otherwise, do it like this, you know. New mode and everything, but looks good. But that's pretty much everything. Mastermind Creations was a little weird. We still see that R42 DZAF. That's the IDW. Thesaurus looks good, but it's not for me, and it's old pictures. I don't know why this guy is taking so long. It's looking pretty final. I could even see this being black and whited picture, like they did this on purpose, but it's already done in color, and maybe they have some different problems. I don't know. TFCon exclusive Vexo Pro Minon, which is of course a nod to Batman and transforming into his own Batwing. This is cool. Our own Darius said that it would be cool if you have a Kingdom Come collection, this having a little bit of a stand-in as bat drones from that comic. So I think this would make sense, and you would even have a cape with that, as we see here. Nice paint job, gray on the thighs, gray on the upper body, yellow in the belt area. So this makes 100% sense, and I think it's cool. It's not for me. I wasn't ever the biggest Batman fan. I got my Batman collection now down from the Nolan movies, but for everything else, this is cool. Hey, Maurice, what's going on, man? So Thunderhawk. Oh yeah, big time, big Thunderhawk vibe on the Omnibot. That's looking overly cool. So he was even clapping. So hey, what's up, KJ? Good to see you, man. So yeah, Tortor is now pretty much exiting suppliers worldwide. He's on the rollout and he's looking good. DJD is done. It's been a long way from Mastermind Creations, but props to them. They pulled through while people decided to go in on the DJD of Iron Factory and said it's taking too long. I'm selling mine. They pulled through and he's looking great next to Morse. Little fun fact, in Northern German dialect, Morse means ass. I'm not kidding you. So when we are actually saying, jetzt setz dich auf den scheiß Morse, sit down on your ass. That's actually what it means. I'm not shitting you. But enough for that. Looks good. I think the alternate mode is super weird still. It's just like, mining vehicle and you're getting pushed into these shredders. Looks cool. I think the Energon parts should light up. Other companies would do that, but I think the paint job of Mastermind Creations, packs enough of a punch with a metallic purple. This will shine through nicely. Nemo Motive, the most overlit pictures on the planet, but the figures look amazing. Wondering when those are coming, but what I don't like on this, is we see so many pins, like pins, 4 in the arms, what I see right now, 2 in the abdominal area, on the shoulder area, collarbone. This is a lot. I think they shine through due to the colors of the figure. Darker figures don't have those problems, but I love the metallic blue they did for the cockpit. That looks great. I think the inner tires could even rotate, maybe. We see about that. And little rewind also transforms into kind of a data stick. So it's always fun. And now they're happily ever after, molded in plastic for all eternity. And we got Exitus, the Lost Light Getaway. I will get this guy because I played with G1 Getaway as a kid a long time, and I think it was a cool plot twist they put in IDW. All I'm saying, if you're not there, read for yourself. So this guy looks cool, and I'm getting that. And we got the Optus Paxis, man. I think this is a crazy good, excuse me, cat hair. Crazy good looking Optimus or Orion Pax. I didn't have any gripes with the original face sculpt, but the new one looks great. I think they were very smart. Also, what I also like what they did is right below the eyes, we have still a part of the visor, and it's covering the nose, but it's its own singular piece, except for when the original was shown, we see that the visor was all silver, even behind the eyes. So it looks way better. It looks way better. First didn't look bad. Like I said, I mean that. But the new one looks way better. And here we got it all on there. Looks nice. Shoulder-mounted cannons for his, or even hidden, for his ion blaster. So I think this looks cool. And painted all over. Here we got the Stellaris Prominent. We're going to be there in a minute. Stellaris, huge piece. And the, I just wanted to say OPEX. The Orion Pax is going to be chuck scaled. But I'm gonna put that in my IDW collection. Will be look nice besides OPEX to have like, you know, adolescent Optimus and then the all grown up. Looks great. Otherwise, it's all the known pictures with a lot of the amazing articulation. You can pull apart the upper body for multiple joints in there. I like that he can actually pull out his own chest. That's great. Get the Matrix out once he's actually getting them. Must have Transformers the movie pose and you know, Cybertron aerobics looks amazing. I think this looks really amazing. They really put a lot of effort to show off the posability, and they knocked it out of the park, man. Even sculpted neck, you know, a lot of articulation. You couldn't look down. I think this is one of the instances that Transformers Masterpiece and also Chuck or the whole third party scale is actually lacking. That, you know, is a marginal amount of figures is actually able to look down good, like if they would really speak down to humans. Maybe this is a step up. Great articulation on the arm. It's actually covering down. Looks great. Knee working pistons, covering down. A little bit of Flame Toys approach. Beautiful. Amazing articulated fingers. Single jointed on each finger. 3 joints on each, and hinges on the base, and ball peg on the thumb. So there's nothing you won't do with this guy. Also wrist hinge, crazy, and he has the pull out giant on the upper body. So I think this is super cool. Let's check the chat real quick. Yeah, I thought this would be something different. You know, this is what you see here, KJ. The background with a shelf on the left and everything in those shelves. Those are actually pictures of my old children's room. I found those on my PC, and I thought, you know, if I'm gonna do that with a screen share for let's just talk about bullshit, let's just do it like we always did it. You know, we sat in our living room or in our children's room and we just checked out some Transformers on the screen. So my logo is a little sticker on the TV, and I'm just clicking, you know, through the programs, through the channels, and I'm sitting on, yeah, sadly on a little chair that I never had as a child. But I think this was a nice idea. I think it turned out quite good. Nice you catch that anyway. But what is that, Cantina? And because of the pins, it's sometimes good to be handicapped. Oh, okay. I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. So, yeah, I think the articulation on the upper body of this guy is crazy, and I cannot wait to check him out. He looks amazing. Also, like, you know, crane stance, a little bit Karate Kid is also nice. And this was a big moment for my buddy Dan. I was like, ooh, nice. It wasn't too big to me, but it was big for him. We get Rung. We actually gonna get Rung with his little scooter and a metric fuck ton of accessories. You know, a lot of face sculpts, head sculpts, and a lot of hands for all those, you know, psychological evaluation sessions. So it looks cool. Seems to be a rather early prototype, but on the other hand, maybe not too early because there's already a lot of detail in there. It's rough to say, but there's a lot you can do with this guy, and I think maybe it's even, you know, a Voss, the Cynicus retool, maybe, because he's really slim, you know. So I could see that. Maybe I could see that. That's nice on the scooter, going through the levels of the Lost Light. This is something that's cool. He's actually coming with one of the arcs, but I think if they go all out with all these accessories, why not get him the full arc collection? Why not that? I think this would have been cool. It's already so cool, but this would have been, you know, the icing on the cake, on the cherry, and another icing on top. To me personally, and his weird alternate mode. What is he turning into? Sound off below in the comments. I want to hear that. What you think? What is his actual purpose? I'm not spoiling that. I know what he's doing. I know who he is. But what do you say? That would be interesting. But yeah. Also, if you're here new and you like what you're seeing, I don't have an actual button, but if you click subscribe and like and the little bell, you will never miss what I'm doing. And if you do, I appreciate you. So yeah, Ocular Max also coming around. This is a TFCon exclusive. Smoky Ravage. I had this as a loan on my channel. It's a cool piece. Smoky, it's not for me, but it's a little, it's a little niche of a little feature that he's actually translucent now. Better to blend in on his stealth missions, so that's cool. And then the new Unlimited series that I just said, the Stellaris Prominent. Like this, he looks cool. A lot of metallic, so it seems, metallic blue, metallic red, gold on the chest. He looks super blocky, absolutely G1, super about Master Force, Star Convoy. But it's not for me. It's I didn't even know this guy existed ahead of this. So yeah. I think the alternate mode, I got a little bit of shit for that yesterday, and of course it's true. It looked like this, and it's good that it's looking like this for the G1 collectors of this particular niche. But I think it looks like KO, it looks like funfair KO Diaclone to me. That's just my opinion. Don't feel your toes be stepped on, but that's just my thought. But it works. It works for what it is. It works for what it's supposed to pull off. And if you see that and you're like, then you like it and you win. That's all that matters. And for the Perfection series, the actual G1 department of MMC, another Defensor. And what we're seeing looks good. And it's again going to be all included, meaning we see down in the legs on, I believe this is first aid, right? Never had much of a connection with the protector boss. Sorry, guys. That was actually the hand folding out. And I believe this guy is just folding up. We see that on the combined mode. What we see here with the molds looks really good. I think Hotspot is a little plain on the legs. We see that also on the combined mode, but the truck mode looks good. That works very well. And here again, we got Streetwise. It's Streetwise, right? Yeah, it's Streetwise. Again, the Nissan mode. So I think this looks good. And I don't know why. I don't know why these pictures are this blurry. But here we got them combined. Few things that we were talking about yesterday that was really bothering us already was that on first aid, in combined mode, this flap is opened. This looks weird. And the hood on Streetwise on the leg is just covering over the knee. I don't know how this is not just flopping around, but we'll see. It's an early render. I love how the motorcycle folds up, but I don't like how Hotspot's legs are this blocky for combined mode, and that the upper body is this super huge, especially in contrast to the legs. So that's my main problem. Just check the comments again real quick. Yeah, memory stick, so to speak. Yeah, a pen. Of course, he's a pen. That's what I said yesterday too. To me, it's looking like a homage to that pen Optimus Prime that was actually folding down as a pen. And I think what would be cool if Mastermind Creations put a little pen tip in the toes of Rung, and you then have him transformed into this thing, but you can also pull out the little pen piece and have him write something. I think this would have been nice. This would have been fun, but kind of a gun. Yeah, a little bit. Prominent looks like the truck from Land of the Dead. Oh, that's a good call. Wow, I forgot that. Thanks for scratching that portion of my brain free. That's something I never needed. But you're pretty much right. And yeah, pictures of the squad. Interesting that Hotspot looks different here for the alternate mode. But yeah, that was it, man. That was that. And I would even go so far and say that we can also, kind of now go out of here. So I don't know. Let's just chat it up a little bit, just a little bit. What you guys say? What were what were your yays and your no's for this? Like yay for me was actually wrong. Optus Paxos that the new head sculpt looks that good, and the Radiatron was a surprise, and of course the Planet X Cacus, the Grimlock, that was big for me. But disappointing for me was Kang Toys, that we didn't see anything from there, like more, and also a little bit low, a little bit up, like this. This is better, interesting with a new microphone. And I think X-Transport was bad. Like they showed the new face sculpts for Cyclonus, and they didn't show Cyclonus what he's actually looking like. Like that's a ball dropped, But I don't know. What about you guys? What you say? Since we're live, just a moment. I think like maybe also TFCon had a rough standing this year. We have nothing from Fans Toys. That was crazy. Interesting point from Darius on the Nerds Have Spoken stream was that they're a third-party company that don't really need it anymore. But we always saw Fans Toys, and not seeing them here was weird. Was really weird, and looking forward to see new stuff from them because it's Fans Toys, and I thought X-Transports could have stepped up, but they didn't. So it's weird. Chris just said nothing stood out for me. Lemon Tree, Purple Potato, we saw that ages ago. That's it. There's a lot of old stuff. It was super weird. So yeah, there was a lot of old stuff. It's not much that I can tell you either. So I would say for today, man, I'm here an hour. Damn, it was an hour stream. I thought I would be quicker. You guys distracted me. No. Anyway, I was super happy you guys were here. I had a great time. It's always interesting to see that stuff and also do it a little bit, on my side, see what everybody's been talking about. Yeah, Fans Toys Cruncher needs to come out, Cantina just said Kang Toys should have done more. Maybe they weren't ready. Hey, what's up, Sarah's Prime? Almost done here, dude. Sorry. I hope you check the stream afterwards. So I think maybe they are all kind of lying low, not with a I don't know, kind of maybe clamped down, whatever. I don't see that currently. Maybe it's still Corona, but yeah. Dude, I'm happy I'm your entertainment program for the meal, so I'm happy for that. If your wife and the kids are cool with it, I won't give you shit for it. So anyway, guys, yeah, I hope we see some stuff soon from Fans Toys, new stuff, X-Transports, maybe also Kang Toys. What's also weird to me, like nothing from Iron Factory, nothing from New Age, nothing from Magic Square. We saw those prototypes of the combiners from New Age and from Magic Square, but nothing final here. It's weird, man. It just feels weird, So yeah. Sorry for the mess. That is my shirt. Cat hair represent, additional cat hair. Always appreciated. So yeah. I can only thank you for tuning in. Cool that so many people were here. Appreciate you guys. So I hope you can enjoy your evening. I'm gonna put myself a nice little pizza up in the oven and enjoy my evening. Check back soon. Movie review coming on Thursday. I just got Flash Gordon, the new 4K release, and we're going to check that out. This is something that I desperately needed in my collection, and I found that over in the brick and mortar. That's closing down soon. Bad. We're going to do that on Thursday, and on the weekend, I'm going to do a little comparison between not Transformers, Terminator. I now have the Genesis endoskeleton, and I have the original in 1.4, and I'm going to check if I can find some, some blueprints, what they did back in the day, what different parts of the endoskeleton are actually doing. And I'm going to try and just see how different portions of the endoskeleton maybe represent these functions better or worse in the version that are standing here. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed today. So anytime, Laurie, anytime. great you were here, man. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice evening. See you guys soon. And I'm gonna find my outro real quick. There it is. Bye bye.